Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 27th of August. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. All right, great. Let's have a look at yesterday. Now, obviously, the NVIDIA earnings were good, and we saw a big move up. I saw it up at 45, might have gone a bit higher. And it's now down to plus 22 from where we closed yesterday. Now, there were some interesting technical moves. We've got an IHS on here, on ES, which is broken up with a target in the 77.73 area. On NQ, we've got an IHS, which is broken up with a target in the 29.875 area. RTY, we haven't got anything really. It just looks like a bearish triangle forming. YM, we saw a very slight break up from an IHS with a target in the 57.790 area, and that should just fail. Could we be forming an alternate right shoulder? Yes. So it's not necessarily heading straight back to the lows, but nonetheless, that's actually not particularly bullish. I am considering the possibility that we may actually see this move up just fail into lower lows and break the daily middle band. In terms of DAX, we've got a 6-minute sell signal fixed. ESDX, we've got a 6-week 6-minute sell signal fixed. And Nikkei had a head and shoulders which had broken down, and that has failed. Could we be forming an alternate right shoulder? Yes, but it would pretty much need to turn here. Really no higher. So we will see how that goes. But I think it's all cautiously bullish. But only cautiously. I wouldn't be astonished to see this break down, and I'll be very interested to see what happens today. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. And on SPX, ES, we actually saw a break below the daily middle band yesterday, which was the first. On SPX, we saw a close basically on it. We were 11 handles above. There was really nothing to see on the hourly charts here. In terms of the daily chart on Qs, we closed marginally below the daily middle band, but I'm expecting it to open above it this morning, of course. In terms of Dia, we actually came back and closed pretty close to the daily middle band, very, very close to it. I think 0.06 above it. Having seen a large break the day before, but I am thinking this does look kind of like a bull flag, which is breaking up, and that, if so, would have a retest, a target at a retest of the all-time high. In terms of IWM, a moment. Right, in terms of IWM, we saw a close marginally below, but basically on the band. So we were still basically, at the time of the RTH close yesterday, we were still basically testing the daily middle band pretty much across the board. Do we have a sustainable breakup from that today? That's what we find out. We saw a very strong NVIDIA earnings. We saw a move up from there. Half of that move at least has been reversed at the time of speaking at plus 23 on ES. We will see whether or not it can be sustained. If it can, we may well be going back up to retest highs. DAX had broken up over the daily middle band, had held it with some confidence. Nikkei broke back over the daily middle band yesterday. And actually it had broken over the day before, so this has actually confirmed the break back over the daily middle band. So cautiously bullish. Got to say, there's a lot of things happening at the moment, and a lot of those aren't bullish. But I am wondering about a retest of the highs. I was writing about it yesterday, and we have seen moves which are supportive of seeing that high retest from here. We'll see whether we get it. All right, DX. This looks like a bear flag, and USD looks like a bull flag. GBP USD looks pretty much like a bull flag too. Looks like a bear flag, and all of this is supportive for the dollar going down further, which I'm liking on the bigger picture chart with the target in about the 95.5 area at a retest of the low there. USD CAD 6-minute sell signal is fixed, which is bearish for dollar as well. So I mean, we've got most of these. Australian dollar and NZ don't really count because they don't really rate a mention in the US dollar basket. These are looking as though they're on a trend up on Australian dollar and on a trend up on NZUSD. So all of this is supportive of the dollar going down. I'm liking that happening soon. So we shall see. All right, looking at ZB. ZB has broken up for a double bottom here. I was looking at this on the bigger picture webinar last night, and there is a case for this heading off and making this target. But this may just be a bearish consolidation within the larger downtrend on bonds. We will see how that goes. Looking at ZN, this looks like a bearish consolidation, and there is no double bottom here. Apart from this one here, of course, which broke up a while ago, but to be honest, it's made so little effort to head off to that target. I'm pretty much ignoring it at this stage. Right, CL, we saw a move down. This was on reports that a deal was closed, and you'd think people would have stopped listening to these by now, but apparently they haven't. So as it's pretty obvious that there is no deal, which is close, or frankly even likely to be being negotiated at the moment, this is heading back up again. Could we be forming a right shoulder on a head and shoulders? Potentially, yes. Not expecting that to play out, but it's worth noting because it's there. Pretty much exactly the same on CL. HO, we could be forming a head and shoulders here, not nearly as nice as the other two. And RBOB, we've already broken down from a double top here, but we could be forming an alternate head and shoulders here as well, although that too wouldn't be as nice. NG, wondering about this being a bear flag, and we've just had a 6-minute sell signal fix, so we'll see how that develops. Looking at GC, I think this is a bullish consolidation before we see a continuation higher. We've got a double bottom target, which is broken up with the target in the 48.35 to 49.25 range. And I'm not seeing any obvious reason to think that isn't going to make target. SI, the same, and we're seeing a bullish consolidation. Palladium, we've got a double bottom here, but I would say we've got a very nice looking potential rising megaphone flag here as well. And so that would be, generally speaking, one or the other. Platinum heading higher here, no obvious reversal pattern here. We shall see. HG still leaning towards seeing a retest of these highs. KC, we retested this high. We've got a potential double top here. I would say that this double top is only on the futures and not on spot. On spot, we haven't retested that high yet. I'm wondering if we might still need to. SB is pulling back a bit. This looks like a bull flag, but maybe breaking up. We've got a 6-minute sell signal fixed, and that's not reached the possible near miss target yet. CC, this looks like a bullish consolidation, possibly a triangle. Lumber is creeping lower. I've got the main rising support in about the 540 area, and that is a level I would very much like to see broken at last. Haven't reached it yet. CT had a little bull flag here that's broken up, and it's probably made target because the target was only just above. We will see how this develops, but I'm thinking we may well continue higher. Wheat had a very strong day yesterday, as did corn, as did soy, on some analytical guidance that we would like to see all of these go up. I've been talking about this for months, and unfortunately I don't have the power to move prices up, but someone was looking at this yesterday who did. We've now seen clear breaks up on the double bottom on wheat, which has now made target yesterday, on the double bottom on corn, which broke up yesterday, and the IHS on soy, which is looking pretty good and has made a higher high after it broke up a few weeks ago. ZL, still expecting the next big target to be a retest of this high here, not really trading with the grains. Live cattle, still watching this head and shoulder target in the 204.45 area, and live lean hogs, I was expecting to see a retest of this low, and we have retested this low. We shall see where it takes us from here. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions, of which we have none. In which case, guys, unless you got any questions, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. All right, cheers.